Hi, my name's Natalia Negretti, and this is the analysis of my top five Clifton strengths. My top five Clifton strengths were input, restorative, harmony, adaptability, and positivity. I learned something different from each of these strengths, and some of them even correlated with each other. What I learned from input was that I'm a collector of things, not only information, but it's also physical things. And I use that information to help others in situations that they could use it. My my knowledge is kind of everywhere. What I learned from restorative was I'm always looking for solutions to problems and I enjoy solving problems. It brings not only joy but validation. What I learned from harmony is that I am always looking for everybody's perspective to see how I can make the environment not hostile. For exactly from the Clifton Strengths book, it was stated that we're all in the same boat. Why rock it? And I agree with that very heavily. I also had some struggles with harmony because it said I was one not to debate, and I definitely am. I think debate fosters an environment that can create not only healthy discussion, but much needed discussion to widen other people's perspectives. What I learned from adaptability is that I can conform to any problem that's thrown at me, and that really correlates with restorative as well as always searching for a problem. But with adaptability, I am able to go with the flow and handle what life throws at me, and I don't like, oh, what if something goes wrong? It's expected to go wrong. Um, what I learned from positivity was that I'm the person that brings up the group in a sense, as well as having an infectious positive attitude. And in the book, it said that it's not ignoring the fact that bad things happen; it's just choosing to look on the positive sides of things, which I really enjoyed. And it also said to steer clear of negative people and really whiny complainers because they'll bring you down in the long run, which I definitely agree with. The next couple of slides will be the application of each of my each of my strengths in different areas. The different areas that I could apply my talents are classes, student organizations, books and other readings, teachers, websites, community service, special workshops, professional development, work and internships, and interactions with friends and family. The different actions I listed were basically just asking questions, giving my knowledge when I could, and always searching for new knowledge to cultivate to that bank of knowledge that I already have. Um, for my restorative strength or talent for now, it's all the same applications as well, but I take different actions, of course. For these, it was my actions really centered around searching for problems that I could help fix or observing how others in leadership or those around me and how they fix problems so I can add that information as well to my bank of knowledge for fixing issues and helping around. What I My actions for harming were to try and see everybody's perspective on a certain argument, or as well as just observing how others interact and trying to like halt the situation before it gets too intense, but also make sure that everybody's heard and understood. For adaptability, just made the main actions were to just be aware of what was coming at me, be prepared for anything that could happen, and also be willing to go with the changes. Changes are expected and part of life, and just something that I personally have gotten used to. And then this strength really applies to me in that setting. For positivity, my actions were more supporting others around me and just giving them a space to feel comfortable, as well as making sure nobody gets down on themselves when mistakes do happen. Like, yeah, it's a mistake, but now we learned from what we did wrong. In realizing potential, I gave myself 3 tasks that I had to complete in a couple of weeks. My first task was completing my finals, my second task was preparing for the upcoming semester, and my third task was interacting with my family. For each of these tasks, I made a table that listed my tasks, the themes or strengths that I would apply to it, the knowledge that I gained from these strengths, as well as know on my own to apply to these separate tasks, and the skills that I have to use. For my first task, completing my finals, I said that my Clifton strengths, restorative, and input would really help me with this because it's searching for problems. My problem, say, is not being prepared for my exam. Then I would just put a lot of time and study, as well as gathering more information from the input perspective and implementing time management practices. The skills that I have to use are organization and time management because it's really, you have to be on top of it in college. Definitely, the exams are not easy, but I feel like expanding these traits and making them a reality would really help me with that. For my second task, it was preparing for the upcoming semester, so the spring semester. And again, I said restorative, but I also said adaptability. So what I would do was learn from mistakes I made this semester. What that applies to both restorative and adaptability, as well as designing a plan for what I want ahead. So that's adaptability for being prepared for what I need to do in the future. The skills that I have to use is communication skills as well as organization skills, again, to getting my desired outcome in the future. My third task is to interact with my family over the winter break, sorry. And the themes I chose for that were harmony and positivity, because you really have to just keep that calm family environment in my family. So I just reflect on each other's past to understand where they're coming from if a fight breaks out or something, and just look for all different positive outcomes that I can reach to. Basically, be the mediator of the whole situation if any happens. The skills would be communication and empathy. Since I went into really deep detail about these in the previous slides, I'm going to just read the results and making this a reality in my life. For task 1, completing my finals, by making this a reality, I have to put those strategies of time management and just discipline into check and reality as well. By getting in front of upcoming challenges such as my finals, I can build a way to my desired results. Desired results from completing my finals would definitely be passing. And okay, my third task would be interacting with my family. And to make this a reality, I would have to truly understand what each family member has been through to understand why they're acting that way, as well as being aware that it's not okay for them to do certain things, as well as being someone they can lean on in hard times. The results of this would be a better relationship with my family and a more positive and harmonic environment to exist in. That's my presentation.